Now it is time for me to bring on your next contestant in the Great Canadian Laugh-Off. Please welcome to the stage, Trevor Wilson. Trevor Wilson.
Give up for Dave, everybody. Clap louder, he's my ride. Oh, goodness. I'm going to apologize, Ajax. I'm a little bit off tonight, but I'm hoping to get laid, so I slipped myself a roofie. Ladies. I am sleepy. I'm not sure how this drug works. I'm single, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this guy looks like he invented sex. It's true. It's true, I have a time machine. I wasn't always single, you know. I used to be in a relationship, but my ex and I, we had to break up. We kept having the same argument over and over again, where she would accuse me of being emotionally unavailable and secretive, so I would politely excuse myself from the conversation and go to the basement and lock the door and work on my project. I don't know what she was talking about. Those accusations were unfounded. I have a problem with beating women, because if I do get a girl back to my house, I turn into Tickle Me Elmo in the bedroom. It's true, we get in there and I'm just... And that's when she gets my belt off. We have 3-4 minutes of awkward sex ahead of us. I feel like we've gotten to know each other a little bit, Ajax. I'm going to tell you guys a true story. This is something I did. Once, I was cooking French fries in a pot of oil on a stove. And what I learned is, you should never do that. Because what I did is I walked outside to check on my burgers on the barbecue just for a moment, came back in, and the pot of oil was on fire. So I had to spend a few minutes frantically searching through my kitchen for a fire extinguisher I don't own. I then thought with my brain, well, what historically is very good at fighting fires? And water, historically, was a very effective firefighting tool. So feeling very smart, feeling very heroic, I rushed to the sink and I turned it on. And I grabbed the dish hose. And I aimed the dish hose at the pot of oil. And I pressed down on the trigger. And I shot a perfect arc of water through the air, landing directly in the middle of the burning pot. At which point, the giant phoenix of death erupted from the pot and hugged the entire room in its fiery wingspan. So I let go of the dish hose and shit my pants. Just a little. Just enough so I knew I did it. I then spent a few minutes trying to put a lid on the fire because the genius who engineered my stove put the knob that controls the heat directly behind the fire. Then I grabbed the phone and called 911 while I spent 10 minutes chasing my cat through a dark room because animals don't know when you're trying to save them. I finally grabbed my cat and I ran outside and I rushed next door to my neighbor's house. I pounded on my neighbor's door. My neighbor, Mr. Beatty, a wonderful man I've known him my entire life, answered the door and I said, "Mr. Beatty, it's an emergency. I need to borrow your fire extinguisher." And he said, "What for?" Sorry, the words emergency and fire extinguisher aren't enough for you. I'm rehearsing a play. Right then, as he went to get his fire extinguisher, the fire department arrived. It was very fast because I live in a very nice neighborhood. And they rushed into my house and I breathed a sigh of relief. The heroes are here, they will save the day. And of course, with all emergencies, the police are there and they have to take your statements. So the cop had his pad out and he said, "Well, what happened?" And I said, "Well, I was cooking French fries in the pot of oil and they caught on fire." The cop didn't even look up from his pad, he just kept writing and said, yeah, you should have had a salad." Now, I don't know if that was a shot at my size or simply because salads don't ignite. But touche, officer. You won this round. Thank you very much, everyone.
Hey, give it another bit there for Trevor Wilson. All right, it is time for me to bring